Greetings everyone, Marquee TV. I haven't done an episode for a while, but this is a great way to kick off 2011. I'm with Gabrielle Simmer, no relation to Charlie Simmer, who played for the LA Kings and Boston. Simmers. Simmers. Sorry. No, we'll keep it in. See, I have hockey.
Simmons?
No, see, I have hockey on my mind all the time, right, and there was a hockey player by the name of Charlie Simmer. Anyway, from New Zealand. Winery's name's And & Co, and we've got, And Co. We've got a great, cool packaging. Do you want to, Gabriel? Do you want to explain it out?
Yeah, sure. I've never liked screw caps, so I was looking for an alternative closure, and I settled on the crown cap. So that defined the bottle packaging, if you like, because the crown cap only fits on a champagne bottle because it's used for champagne maturation. So yeah, that sort of defined the packaging, and I called the wine the Supernatural. I just make one Estate Sauvignon Blanc, so and it's organically farmed and naturally produced. So came up with this name, and yeah, just threw a whole lot of sort of supernatural symbols on the label. That's Rudolf Steiner. Yeah, and I just didn't want it to look traditional. I wanted it to just to be a complete wrap label and to just be really interesting and modern. It's very cool. Now, where's you when we were talking earlier, you said there was a turning point when you were working in Germany. Yeah, I worked for Hayman Löwenstein in Germany, one of Germany's best Riesling producers, and he was farming organically and producing naturally in the winery. And it was, you know, up till that point I had worked in some old world wineries, but all working in a new world style, if you like, and my training in New Zealand was very new world. So it wasn't until I worked for Reinhardt that I realised that you didn't have to add things in the winery. He just crushed the grapes and made it, you know, as is. And I was there in 2005, which was pretty much a perfect vintage. So yeah, that was a real turning point for me. And from there on in, I just wanted to make wine in that style. So this is an atypical Sauvignon Blanc. Yeah, it's from Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. Well, it's atypical for New Zealand because over 90% of New Zealand vineyards are planted on totally flat land and on gravel soils, river gravels. And we're on a calcareous hillside. It's directly north facing with slopes up to 30 degrees. It's overlooking the Pacific Ocean, so Hawke's Bay is the east coast of North Island. So yeah, from a terroir point of view, it's just completely different. The aroma and flavour profiles are totally different to the Marlborough. So this has got a little. You said it had a little bit of a botrytis on, a little bit, tiny bit. Yeah, in this season we had. Sometimes in January and February in that area we get a bit of moisture and a bit of humidity, so we had that infection period, and then it sort of dried up in February, so and became this perfect vintage. So yeah, but because of that we had some botrytis, so it's got a slightly rosin sort of honeysuckle character. But very well balanced. It's got great acidity to it. Yeah. What I like about first of all, if you're thinking this is your typical New Zealand aromatic grassy wine, forget it. It's not it. Yeah. This has got some. You taste the richness on the palate, but all of a sudden the acidity and the minerality come in and cut it right off, and it finishes with this really terroir-driven flavor. Yeah. It's really quite delicious and very, very unique. If I was, you know, in a blind tasting, I'd probably say this was somewhere in the Loire Valley, and then I would be stumped and, you know, embarrassed, and then finding out it would be New Zealand, thinking it was French. The Hawke's Bay soils, if you plant on these soils with the whites, you get that really beautiful. I think it's a sort of perfect level of acidity, and it presents like that if you plant Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc. I think the Chardonnays in Hawke's Bay are spectacular as well, because if on those soils they just have that lovely, as you were saying, that lovely minerality and that perfect balance of acidity that cuts through any of the riper or more perfumed flavours. This delicious, and as Gabrielle said, it's a crown capsule. So for those of you old timer British Columbia